tonight's show, I'm sure it's gonna draw up a lot of conversations. Man, I know for the last couple of weeks on my social media feed, it's all been about Ye and our Jewish people. A couple of episodes ago, we were talking about the White Lives Matter shirt, right? Him and Candace was standing up there, promoting that, and I think a lot of controversy kind of happened with that, right? And then him and Candace, started having some interviews and stuff. Candace dropped her show. I forgot the name of the show. It's a movie, something about the Black Lives Matters and them, I guess misusing the money and all that kind of good stuff. But then Ye kind of followed it up with the comment that people have considered to be anti-Semitic. Like he tweeted something about going DEFCON 3 on the Jews, and he wanted to articulate that he felt that the original Jews are black people. We're the if you ever read the Old Testament, I know the story of the 12 tribes, and one tribe was kind of cast out and cursed. A lot of people believe that is referring to us as black people symbolically, and I had somebody break this down for me a couple of years ago, so I listened to him, and it said that we were going to be cursed and we was going to be taken away from our homes and pushed overseas, and it seemed like a lot of stuff that actually happened. So for those of you out there who don't believe in the Bible, it's a lot of things that the Bible predicted to happen, ended up happening. So the question is Ye right?
One is, when you got so much controversy around you and your statement be heard. And so it's such a distortion of his message right now, just because there's so much. To his point, yes, definitely. To an extent, he is correct about the original Jews. But like I said, that the extra that goes along with it, that it's hard to receive that message, and it's receive that message in general, just because it goes against everything that they've been taught of the changes of history. And but yeah, man, it's a bad situation for him right now, to lift him up with both hands.
With both hands. like roots. Like Roots and the Baby.
Yeah.
I want to say Lasagna said this on one of our other shows. Sometimes you can say some things that are right or truthful, but you can just say them in definitely the wrong way. And I know that Kanye has gotten that feedback a number of times. It's this big dispute on whether or not he has mental issues and things like that. And out of his own mouth during the interview, he said that he was bipolar and that he takes, medicine for that. So, just that alone, I think adds a different layer to this. And, like I said, even before Kanye said this, I've spoken to many people who've tried to, explain that to me. And, looking at it historically, understanding certain things about the Bible. One, I can't claim to know, everything that is associated, with this and all the details that are around that. I've heard this is not a new sentiment that I've heard from, just Kanye. Like, it wasn't anything that was breaking. And honestly, I don't want to continue to add fuel to this fire. But, just some of my personal opinions about it, right? One of the talking points I've heard, hey, something, wrong, because as soon as, Kanye said all these different things about, black people, and nothing happened to him. But as soon as he said something about Jewish people, my thoughts on that, and that in particular, is that, is that a case of, being the man, or someone's trying to hide something or protect maybe a community that's a little bit more unified than our community, because I remember when Kanye said, slavery was a choice, and we still was buying Yeezys and still supporting on a pretty large scale, after that statement was made, and so money, really speaks louder than words in America, definitely. So, historically, we see through boycotts, the bus boycott with Rosa Parks, and, different things. Like when we take our money, and then we're only, what, 13, maybe 13% of the population in America, but we spend probably the most out of out of all the cultures. Like our money, speaks pretty loudly whenever something doesn't, line up with what we need for culture. And, my challenge to everyone, and this is just speaking to the black community, I know ultimately we're going to talk, to the church, but if we want to see a change, you have to be a little bit more unified when it comes to that, and do some things other than marching, other than, really screaming loud about it, and, put some things in action that, get people's attention, So that's my thought with it. If Kanye, and even if these are people that, are part of our community, if they're saying something wrong, why do we do things to continue to support them, or, help them get the picture a little bit better? That's my thoughts with it.
No, I'm with Dion. He been having a real hard time in the media, because I heard they taken a lot of his endorsements and things away. A lot of his paid advertising, because another one of my friends was called me today, was telling me about that. They were taking a lot of his stuff away because of what he's saying. And to your point, Sheldon, is it because when he did say anything else that was derogatory, it was fine, they didn't take anything. But when he spoke, I guess was the Jewish comment is the thing that got him with his everything taken away. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. But
And
I mean,
so
when you think about it, like Chase Bank cut partner ties with them. Apparently, maybe the owner of that bank is of Jewish descent. I don't think the owners of the Adidas company are German. I think they're German descent, but their history is so closely tied to the Holocaust, and being so close to that portion of it. I think, they received a lot of pressure to distance themselves from, and this is something I think people are overlooking. Like, Adidas hasn't really been relevant since Ron DMC? Dion? Like, when was something about some Adidas, man?
Man, I ain't never. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna say I ain't never. But I remember owning was them Stan Smith Adidas when everybody was rocking them.
I remember the Stan Smith, yeah. But that's been a while.
That's about it.
Them partnering with Yeezy, with Ye, really brought them back. So for them to make this decision, and a lot of people have been kind of speaking the obvious, they took a big hit in their overall, like, stock prices went down for them, a lot of different things. So this was a sacrifice on their end, and personally,
was getting on some Adidas again.
Huh? Yeah. But Yeezys, man, personally, I would never buy a pair of Yeezys. I definitely wouldn't pay the amount of money for them. Those were not.
How much they running now? About?
Shoot, I don't know if it's a joke or not, but people said they was giving them out for free, or they're gonna be in what's them TJ Maxx, the kind of like reseller places and things like that. So I don't know. But I know the original price for them, you know, it's what, $200, $300, $400, $500, sometimes
okay.
even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And they, you know, they're a different type of shoe. Let me see if I can find a picture of some Yeezys.
And that's what they call Yeezys.
Yeezys.
Is that, are we saying it right? Yeezys.
That's what,
I got a little bit too much accent on there. I put a little bit too much pressure on the Yeezys. I didn't capture that right. Okay.
No,
How you say it? Come on. Dion, say it for me.
No.
Can y'all see the Yeezys?
Oh, okay. I see some shoes, but which one is these Yeezys?
Those are all Yeezys.
Oh, they all Yeezys. Oh,
Those
so
are
they all
the
different
versions
types of
the
Yeezys.
They all
I
good.
didn't even know. I'm learning something tonight.
Mm-hmm. You ain't seen nobody with these on?
I may have and didn't pay no attention.
Yeah, me too.
I don't
So,
be paying much attention to the Yeezys.
so you know, they were a big, they're a big, you know, they're a big thing in the culture. So, I think, you know, Ye took a loss. I mean, whatever the loss was, people say that he's no longer a billionaire. So that's a pretty big loss for him to go from a billionaire to, I mean, I don't know. Now he's a multi-millionaire. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing or not, but, you know, hey,